face already has a cut aligned with the shadow on the shower curtain. This creates a rhythmic intention within the scene. So I placed a cut here to convey that understanding effectively. And then I directly moved to Claudia playing with Ramon's slingshot. She points at the branch of some trees, points at the head and body of Gurka. Recall that Gurka managed to escape. She isn't very fond of him, and I enjoy that game, the one where you point at a dog that will be moving around. It's quite amusing. And this character, who enjoys that game, Gurka, excitedly jumps and wags his tail. He is really in the game. The dog is in the fire. She is in a slightly more perverse game. I like that. It seems more adolescent. Then Ramon looks for some stones while telling her that the slingshot is a secret he can't tell his grandmother. Ramon is at that moment in his forbidden action. He keeps his secret action to himself, telling Claudia about it. However, Claudia remains absorbed in her own world, unaware. Claudia pays no heed to the boy's recent words and carries on enjoying herself with Ramon as if nothing happened. With an amused smile, she instructs Gurka to remain motionless while continuing her playful interaction. When we think she's going to throw the stone, she drops it to the ground. Ramon laughs at Claudia's attitude. It's very important when we have more than one character in a scene to see how they react to each other's actions. It's very important, and for the actor, it will be fundamental. Understanding his reaction when Claudia plays with the dog is essential. Does he admire her? Does Ramon find it reproachable that someone is playing with a dog? What I'm saying is that he finds it amusing. He finds this girl doing something funny. There's something there of admiration that starts to emerge. And then after Ramon takes the slingshot, Claudia points to a log. I think it should be something else, right? She will point to a bottle instead, and that it's among some trash. Because having a bottle appear out of nowhere like, oh, the bottle he's going to hit, doesn't it start to seem a bit? It's when one watches a movie and says, oh, that's very scripted. Yes? But in reality, in the forest, having a bit of trash doesn't seem strange at all, especially if it's a tourist area where there are many campsites. I mean, if it's understood that there can be bonfires in the forest at night, we can do something there, and probably the art director, whom we have to trust, will know how to solve them. So she points to a bottle that is amidst a pile of trash. Among some trash remains, because if not, it will seem like it's a garbage truck, and that's not the idea. Ramon hurls the stone and it lands perfectly in the middle of the bottle with precision. And breaks it. I have to see if this is plausible. One always has to study things to see if they are plausible. I mean, we have to see if it's possible to break a bottle with a stone. I leave it in my head and then see. Who looks at her with pride? I mean, she is impressed by this boy. It makes sense, because he has played much more with the slingshot than she has. She is playing clumsily. He aims, hits exactly, and Ramon looks at her with pride. Why? Because Ramon is interested in Claudia. That's all I'm revealing in this scene. This is how we should demand development from each scene to ensure it progresses. I want to conclude the scene at that moment when the relationship is clearly established between Claudia and Ramon. And we notice there's a connection. That's what mattered to me in this scene. I end it right there. I'm not going to give it more time because I know that if I do more time, it will only decrease the action. I have nothing more. I mean, this was my purpose for the scene. Well, I finished it. I ended here, right here. So I will want to know what else these two characters do. And then I immediately skip. I could make them go through the forest and everything, but I immediately skip, make a new ellipsis, and go directly to Ramon's house. What interests me in the next scene is that they can be watching something on TV. That something doesn't look so good. I lived a long time in the south, and it was classic that the signal sometimes arrived poorly. So one tried or watched the TV half bad, and that. While they are focused on doing that action, note, they could be watching TV or something else. What I need is for them to be focused on something. While they are inside the house focused on something, you can hear barking. We don't know what's happening. We can either hear him barking or depict the scene from the window, showing what we see and hear from inside the house. That Gurka is chasing some ducks, that has to do with the taste we have as screenwriters. Because if we hear the barking and then see the dead ducks, we will understand what was happening in parallel. What I'm presenting here, in this scene, are parallel scenes, while they watch something. Gurka is attacking the ducks. This illustrates how each scene in our outline must be constructed effectively. Thinking about what's happening in action. What is the objective of this scene? Is this scene necessary, or can I skip it and proceed to the next one? Keep progressing with your project, and in the following session, we will review the entire structure we've been developing to evaluate its effectiveness. This will help ensure that each scene contributes meaningfully to the overall narrative. How is its state of health? See you in the next lesson.